So this morning, before we begin, I'd like to first introduce myself and some of the people involved today. First of all, my name is Chuck Manto. I'm the chairman of the InfraGard National Electromagnetic Pulse Special Interest Group, or what we call the EMPC. For those of you who don't know, InfraGard is affiliated and sponsored by the FBI, and our host from the FBI will speak to that in just a moment. But I certainly want to spend a moment to thank the FBI and InfraGard Board for all the support that they give us throughout the year and since we were formed 5 years ago in 2011. This is the 20th anniversary of InfraGard and the 5th anniversary of the EMPC. Let's give a round of applause to the FBI. I also have to mention that the Policy Studies Organization, we may hear from Dr. Rich later, is a gracious host for this every year. They subsidize and provide for us this great venue. They're responsible for the food that you're eating today. They help us with our publications, including the conference proceedings, which you received when you came in today. So let's also give appreciation to the Policy Studies Organization. In addition, from time to time, we have corporate sponsors. Today, I just wanted to mention we have some great help from two companies, POS and which many of you may not know, but they're a microgrid company, and a data center company that does EMP protection, Cyber Innovation Labs. Thanks to them for providing meals yesterday and last night. I also wanted to take a moment to recognize the National Guard Association of the U.S. They provided their facility last year. And this year again, it's been the third year in a row that we've been able to use their facility, and we have a great partnership with them, and I want to thank the National Guard Association of the U.S. as well. We have many special guests with us today. We can't even enumerate them. Just show of hands, how many military or former military do we have in the room? Wow, look at that. Also, elected or former elected officials, raise hands. Across the room. Okay, we have with us today folks from the state of Maryland, which represents the Maryland Department of General Services and the Secretary. Today we have the Assistant Secretary Lee Williams and crew. If she's here, raise hands. And Maryland companies have been at the forefront of trying to do something to resolve this. Today. Throughout the day, you're going to hear, and one of the purposes of this meeting that we do every year is the following. You're going to see some very fast-paced presentations. It's almost like going to Congress. We have 5 minutes to tell the Congress what to do to fix the world. And you only get 5 minutes. You may have hours of information you need to share and 1 million pages of data, and then you hand that to the staff. And that's sort of what we do today. They're very fast-paced presentations, many of them like TED Talks. Boom, 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 boom. The reason for that is really simple. We try to bring leaders of the technology arena from the private sector and the public sector who are identifying new technology and the emerging threats that come from that technology, and then identify what we see as maybe emerging policy gaps, because when these new problems arise, very often nobody's thought of it before, nobody's really in charge of that sort of thing. So here we try to bring policymakers, technology leaders, managers, and people who run organizations in the same room together, because very often our busy schedules don't allow that to happen. So today, I hope that in addition to getting a taste of all these different viewpoints today in a very superficial way, because we don't have enough time to do more than scratch the surface, that we hope you appreciate each other. Take the moments that we have during lunch and other opportunities to introduce yourselves to each other and begin to either forge a new relationship or build on the ones that you already have. So as we begin to do that this morning, what I would like to do is give a special appreciation to the FBI, and I'm going to have one of the InfraGard National Board members, Dr. Earl Martzer, introduce them. I'm very excited about our presentation this morning because this is not a typical person from the Bureau. This is somebody from the private sector who is recruited to the Bureau. So we're in for a special treat just to get that perspective. But this morning what I'd like to do is introduce you to Dr. Earl Motzer. Dr. Motzer's been a CEO of a hospital for close to 50 years or so. I think we went to high school with Abraham Lincoln together. But we have people in our group who have a wealth of experience. He's one of them. He's been involved in education programs. I'd like him to speak just in a sentence at least and tell us what your whole role is with HHS and what that all means, because many of you may not understand that. And then what I'd like to do is have Dr. Motzer, who's on the board of the IntraGuard National Members Alliance, to whom we in EMP-SIG report. We are formed as a committee of the national organization, and we serve under the direction of their board of directors. And so what I'd like to do now is turn it over to Dr. Manto, who will introduce our first speaker.